Wicked for Good is getting walloped at the box office in a way that surely has Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo reeling. But now it's time to start believing even Hollywood has turned against them. Today we'll tell you the latest news that proves Tinseltown is done with Wicked. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's not odd to be tired of Oz, especially after the way Ariana and Cynthia have been acting. Folks, click the like button, drop a comment down below, let us know. Do you believe that they have cost a lot at the box office? And we'll dive into whether or not Hollywood has had enough of the two actresses. Survey says yes. Well, Wicked for Good is not doing good at the box office. And after a massive explosion of success, it has been less and less every single day, to the point now people are wondering, is it time for Cynthia and Ariana to go away? Are we already finished with Oz? Wicked for Good box office craters, a sequel now projected to finish far below the original. This by Marvin Montanaro at That Park Place. Folks, if you're not yet bookmarked to That Park Place, consider it. The Wicked for Good box office has gone into full collapse in its third weekend with a disastrous 73% drop. And I just want to tell people, this very seldomly happens. Yes, in a bad movie, the second weekend. So if you have a movie that people are really looking forward to, and it's not good, then in the second weekend, a 73% drop is horrific. But you don't get it in the third weekend. Because the third weekend, everybody knows what's going on. A 73% drop in the third weekend is catastrophic. Despite a massive opening weekend and sky-high anticipation for Universal's holiday musical event, the sequel is now projected to finish its run at just 540 to 590 million worldwide. Remember, the first came out to 700 and I think 50, Marvin, is that right? 750?
Yep.
540 to 590. Coming in at best $150 million below the original. Mm-hmm. Wow. Now, Film Updates is telling us it cost only $150 million to produce. They always do this. Yeah. They always do this when they're losing. They always tell you it cost nothing. It was almost free practically. They never tell you how much it cost in marketing. And by the way, all those stories about how we got to get more Wicked sequels out there. We're going to get more spinoffs. People love Cynthia and Ariana. They're not going to come out now with articles and adjust that. They're not going to retcon what they said. They're not going to say, by the way, turns out it's not so popular after all. But guess what? It's not popular with Hollywood anymore either.
You mean it's really unpopular?
You got it. And it could have been the opposite if they would have had somebody like Idina Menzel as the witch. Cynthia gives it her all, but her and Ariana have been a PR disaster. And that we've all been told we have to pretend that what they're doing is avant-garde and awesome. No, it wasn't. It was strange and weird. And all that pent-up demand for the first one got them to 750. And for the second one, nobody wants to go deal with it. Here's how you know things are in trouble. The Hollywood elites, they're done with it as well. Wicked for Good didn't work its magic on the Golden Globes. This is out of CNN by Lisa Respers France. And basically she goes on to say, nope, they're getting shunned, Lou. They're getting shunned at the first awards system for them, the Golden Globes, where they're getting a nomination for supporting category. They get some other stuff, but nothing. They're not being elevated to Best Picture, musical, or comedy category. That's tough for them.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. Before I comment on this, I'm just going to take a small sip from a large glass of I told you so juice. Because I said when you, me, and Michelle from Force of Light reviewed this that this was not going to come anywhere near the first one because it has no rewatchability. The first one was fun. It was colorful. It had iconic songs in it. It was an experience. And this one is drab and dark and dour and depressing. And no one is going to see this more than once. That's the problem here.
Explain something to me, because I've just looked at this from the outside. What percentage of the first movie was from the Broadway show. It was like 80-90%, and the other 10% is in this one. Or is it right?
It was
so assuming for a minute you've got this Broadway show that's played every theater in every town everywhere for 20 years, i.e., everybody knows how it ends. Okay. And you're going to make a movie of it. And oh boy, swell, we want to go see it. And the music is wonderful and the songs are great and everything like that. If I don't have to go to the second one to know how it ends because I already saw it 12 times with mommy, why do I go? Well, it must be because there's something special and original about this interpretation. In this case, the special and original, these two weirdos who continue to be weirder and continue to make mom a little nervous about me wanting to look at those weird people. I mean, God.
Was a really bad decision because
it should have been one movie.
If it had been one movie, it would have been one of the greatest musicals of all time.
Then you could write a whole separate sequel and see what happens if you think it's got the strength.
100%, because Act 2 of the play is not the second half of the story. It's the third act of the 3-act narrative, right?
There you go.
You get Acts 1 and 2 in Act 1, and then the second act is basically just the conclusion. They wrote 2 new songs for it, and they are terrible. It is. I said before, it's almost like it's almost like they shot all the new stuff that didn't have source material on a different camera because it's so jarring when you switch over to it. The quality drops to such an extent in terms of the writing and the music and just everything about it. It's a disaster.
Can I show you guys why I believe this is actually going to underperform the now lowered expectations for the film? Please. I mean, listen, we talked about if this didn't hit 700, it was going to be an embarrassment, right? The first one made 750. This one's going to make 700. It's going to come nowhere close, okay? And it opened up so much higher than the original. Here's why I think this thing is done. Because if we go to the numbers.com, which has the best box office reporting, just straight up numbers, right? Currently, the film is basically at $441 million worldwide. Would you like to know how much it's done in December, though? Here's the chart. Ladies and gentlemen, we have flatlined. This has flatlined. We ended November with $269 million. It is currently at $297 million.
That's the domestic.
At the domestic, which it's doing nothing internationally. So this movie, and we're going to go into this week, and you know what it's going to look like this week? It's going to look like a straight line. It's going to look like a straight line.
I think it might be a line that goes down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, straight line, yeah.
Yeah, well, because it can't. It literally can't go down.
It can't go down, yeah.
But it can flatline again. And if this flatlines, I don't see how we're getting, I don't see how you get any kind of big numbers anymore out of this. It's going to run into Avatar soon. So, in my opinion, Wicked for Good is doomed. And I think it's so bad that it actually cast doubt on whether or not studios should go to Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo anymore.
Do you guys think that the press tour had something to do with the underperformance? Because I know a lot of people said, I remember Valiant and them saying like, oh, but it's hitting for the people that it's supposed to hit for.
No.
They're not going to be put off by it. But I'm starting to think that maybe they were.
I think they listen. Universal separated those two in the last week of the PR push. Mm-hmm. I think their internals showed they were having problems here. Big problems.
So much because it was bad last year. It was so much worse this year.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
And listen, the demographics. The first movie was families. Was mom and the 3 little girls who saw it in the theater wanted to go see it again, and daddy and brother went, right? Mm-hmm. The second movie is the what we call the Disney adult generation. They think the 2 of them are cool and wild and fun, but they're 2 people, not 5 people buying tickets, and they're not going back. And I got to say, look, Pro, I bow to nobody more than you as far as being an I told you so and being right. But about, say, 10, 11 months ago, right after the first one hit, and everybody around here and everybody out there in what you laughingly called our peers was talking about theme park lands based on this thing.
Yeah.
And I said, no way until we see what the second movie does. And now I say never.
I just want to play this again because we were told that these two ladies, they had discovered some new method of promoting films. And I want to go back and remind you all of this because we need to remember that Wicked is probably the most anticipated musical adaptation into a cinematic experience ever. I mean, this thing, women have been waiting on Wicked for a decade plus, wanting to see the adaptation.
2 decades.
2 decades.
Yeah.
Waiting.
This show's 20 years old. Yeah.
And they put these two in charge of it. Oh, does this one not have the audio? Oh, phooey.
No,
Folks,
we can hear
I'm
it.
so sorry. Oh, well, good. Good then. So they're waving
that's
away
the second
there.
half. You missed the not the time helicopter.
Not the time, helicopter.
Like she was in Vietnam.
This is what we've been dealing with. They've cried at each other. They've embraced each other like they're afraid they're gonna be flung from the earth into orbit. It's been bizarre.
There are so many, and it got memed to death. My entire Instagram feed was nothing but people dressed up like the two of them doing like those memes, or like the meme of like Cynthia Erivo looking in the window and it's like Cynthia Erivo making sure Ariana Grande doesn't eat anything. They became the story and not the movie.
That's true.
I was really looking forward to Oz the Great and Powerful Buffet. I missed the good old days when she was licking donuts.
I wanted Oz the Great and Powerful, that Disney movie. I wanted that to be good so bad. I remember I was really excited for it, and I was like, "Oh,
wait!" I went back and watched it. It's not that bad when you compare it to Wicked 1 and 2.
Well, yeah, when you compare it now, yeah, it's not that bad.
But at the time, I was with you. I was like, "Oh man, I wanted this to be good. It's just not that good."
Mila Kunis is the Wicked Witch of the West. Does it for like she just is terrible in that. It's all I hear is Meg Griffin.
But it has aged well when you compare it to Wicked.
Yeah.
To what we have to watch these days.
But if you watch it, like it's actually the villains are villains. The Wicked Witch is the Wicked Witch, but she's a tragic character, but she's still a villain.
Yeah, and the Wicked Witch,
and the
Wicked
hero
Witch of the
had
East.
to.
Yeah, the Wicked Witch of the East was the one that was just pure evil.
Pure evil, but it was like good storytelling dynamics, whether or not the movie was good. But the thing with Wicked, and everybody forgets this. Wicked 1 was supposed to make $1 billion. Wicked 2 was supposed to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
We're not coming close. I think that press tour has a lot to do with it.
I wish I had been a fly on the wall at the room where somebody said, "I know, we'll drop a house on a woman in a wheelchair." That'll sell.
I've been saying it. I would say I saw the movie because they what's supposed to happen in the play is she gets the ruby slippers or the spell is cast on the slippers and she can walk. The literal line in the song is, "All of my life I've depended on you. How do you think that feels? All of my life I've depended on you in this hideous chair with wheels while wanting to kick up my heels." Like she wants to walk. That's the point. But because that's ableism, they wouldn't do it. And so they put her back in the wheelchair. Now imagine Dorothy walks at her front door, not only with the existential horror of seeing that her house has crushed somebody, there's pieces of shattered wheelchair in there. Not only has my house landed on someone, it landed on a wheelchair person.
Toto, that's going to be a lawsuit. It's going to be a lawsuit, Toto. Lauren, how much did it cost them to do what they did, which was to throw away the obvious choice? I don't care if you have to de-age them. I don't care what you got to do. These two ladies, had they been the leads of the movie, it's obvious. $2 billion off the two films. No doubt about it.
Well, you obviously want to cast people who will bring people to the movie. But what you don't want to do is cast people who will scare people away from the movie.
Right.
They didn't quite get that, did they?
They did not. Lauren, what's the opportunity cost here in not having the two leading ladies of Wicked actually be the leading ladies of Wicked?
And to be fair, that's Kristen Bell, not Kristen Chenoweth.
Oh, Chenoweth. Listen, she's so easily confused with the Frozen performance.
It's a different little blonde Kristen.
But Adina over here on the left. Lauren, what do you say?
It's difficult for me to tell because I'm not the target audience and I don't know how big the target audience is. I don't know if to me, the question would be, does it improve mass market appeal for those who would not be the target audience if you have the original cast members or not? I think for those who are diehard fans of Wicked, yes, it probably improves the ticket sales. But for the general audience, I don't have a way to gauge that. I don't know. I do think that anything that you can do to keep those two weirdos from doing the promotional press tour is going to improve the prospects of the movie, though.
Yeah, I think they cost, by making this decision that ultimately was a virtue signal, I think the price tag for that is like $500 million total off two films. That's what happened here. And it's yet another case, folks, of them telling you, oh, no. Everybody likes it weird. What was the truth? Truth was they were just trying to save their derrieres the whole stinking time. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. We are done for now, but don't worry. Do not fret. Not yet, for more content is still coming your way 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. What a joy it has been to share our time with you. We hope you feel the same. Adding value to your every single day is our job here, and we take it very seriously. Folks, the only thing we ask in return is that you consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment right on down below. And folks, if you'd like to subscribe to our partner YouTube channels, That Park Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place, and some of those radio stations like Vacation Radio, well, we certainly would appreciate it. Until the next time we have the honor of spending time and being invited into your day, folks, we go on our way saying this: keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.